Hey collective, this is going to be a twin flame reading. So of course, the twin flame union is about healing, right? Uh Gosh, this is such a big talk, right? So I'm not going to get into the whole thing. You can look it up online, particularly if you would like to know more about it. But it's if you this reading specifically would be about the twin flame union, the twin flame path that you find yourself on with another. And always there's a runner and a chaser, right? A divine and a masculine. But you could also find that these energies are, playing out within you because we have both divine feminine and divine masculine energies within us as well. But I've been seeing a lot of readings for the twin flames lately, and it's because of Pluto and Aquarius, which I harp on all the time. And the full moon in Leo, because there's a like massive healing happening with masculine energy. And so specifically the masculine, if you assign yourself as the masculine, and the unhealed masculine is really going to be going through it. Just saying. They are, because it's time for them to heal, and the feminine energy tends to heal the masculine energy, or at least show them the way. The path is showing, and it's why, like in a twin flame union, this isn't just anyone that you feel intense feelings for. That's what you need to know. It is, we get chosen for this path to shine a light on love for others. Okay, showing even under the most impossible circumstances, love can be healed and love can work. And that is kind of the path of the twin flames, because we reflect to each other what we need to heal in that space. It definitely shines a light on our inner wounds, the things that keep us from love. And so if you do come into twin flame union, a lot of the times you don't. But a lot of the time there are some who do. And it's because both parties have done the healing work. And that's why when you hear me comment on people who say they're in a twin flame union, that's what it's actually about. Like in a twin flame union, I have healed my abandonment wounds. I have healed my rejection wounds. So it can be a very triggering connection, especially as the runner runs and the chaser chases. And it's usually when the chaser stops chasing, that's when things start to move and shift. But we're going from this energy of every man for himself to the greater good for everyone. So collectively, we are going to see big changes in relationships. Okay. So I decided that, and sometimes you leave the path, sometimes and you never really leave the path. The concept of separation is an illusion. You may just do the work on your own, and you're always supposed to reflect it back, but necessarily you're not going to engage with someone who runs from you time after time. You show them what healing looks like, and it's beautiful, and you'll find big differences between those in twin flames. There could be big age differences, racial differences. Something about it is impossible, right? Yeah. Yeah. So, on some different day, maybe we'll talk about that and chat about the differences. There isn't, twin flame unions are karmic too. Soulmates are karmic too. All karmic means is learning a lesson. So there's not like a bad connection or a bad soul tie. Abuse is not karmic. Okay. Just so you know. So let's get started. And the way your twin flame hurt you is not through abuse either. So if you think you're in a twin flame relationship and it was physically or mentally abusive, you're not in a twin flame relationship. because that's not what it's about. Okay, it's about healing wounds, and you heal through the things that you mirror each other. It's very interesting, compelling, and just know that no matter what, you're supposed to do the very best for yourself, period. So let's take a look. Divine Feminine. I feel, I feel like you have been feeling pretty sad about it, the whole thing. I do. But you're kind of learning to see the beauty in it, and your heart, beauty and heart fire is here. So that is definitely about opening your heart. Where within nothing there is everything. You're both feeling the void. So you're both feeling the separation and filling it with two different things. Like you're feeling it, I'm just assuming, I'm talking to the Divine Feminine, however you assign, but the Divine Feminine is filling it with beautiful things, okay? Creating things, most likely, and opening their heart, even though on some level they feel very lost and empty without the Divine Masculine. Because it isn't that they have to be together, but they have to be connected. It's almost like when you're in separation with a twin flame, like you feel adrift and you don't feel connected. They are like tethers, It's an amazing connection. It truly is, if you can learn to see the beauty of it and the reason for the season, right? But if the person you're in a twin flame connection with decides they don't appreciate the path, you can walk the path yourself, And that's exactly like, that's how they're feeling, like empty. But they have been feeling empty, but that's because they're going through an awakening. It's coming. They're starting to see it. Okay? And that would mean, in this case, that they're healing. And that is beautiful. And what the Divine Feminine can do is don't text them, don't get in touch with them, stay in your lane, but reflect healing. That can mean in your energy. You can come from a healing space in your energy by embodying love. You can do it on social media if they can see you, because we know, like, there's always the Divine Masculine stalks people on the low. That happens. But you're definitely feeling the space. The spaces between the words, like feeling like there's a lot that's been left unsaid. And that it all almost makes a hole inside of you. But you're also holding space here. You're holding on to it, because circles, are infinity and spirals are growth. So, it's like you, or the Divine Feminine, is getting in touch with their heart space, right? And the masculine is just going through a big awakening. And it's big, because look, they have the three spirals here. It's big for them. That's about cycles. That's about, the vibration of three, mind, body, spirit, right? And so it's pretty deep for them, even though in their energy, they're not as sad. You don't see it, but there's definitely more aggression in their energy, because that's what happened. Like, an unhealed masculine thinks that money is the answer to everything. I don't want love. I just want money, right? That's the flow. And that's kind of where they're at. Like, they're obsessed with success. The Six of Wands, the Emperor, and the Knight of Swords. Obsessed with success. And they'll do anything to get it, right? They'll do anything to get it. And, the Emperor, I feel like, too, they're very stubborn about it. Moving in a lot of ego. A lot of ego. And how they feel about you, though, is that they constantly feel this connection. And they think about the past. They think about the good times. And on the bottom is the Five of Swords, the Eight of Cups, and the Moon. I feel like they don't know what to do, to be honest. You know they ruin things, and they don't want to do that anymore. But it's like this. It's like they almost don't know how to be happy, and so. So maybe what you show them is happiness for the sake of happiness, right? So on the feminine side, we'll take a look. You feel confused, I feel. Because you really felt like this was your destiny. You believed this was your destiny. And you're hurt. You know? You're hurt. So now you're feeling like, you know, that you have to find a new path now. And it's kind of like, I was so sure this was my destiny. And what do I do now? You know? And it's tough because at the same time, what's happening here with you, Divine Feminine, I'm sorry, I always keep thinking that, you know, whatever. You could be either side, right? What's happening with you is you're wondering, like you look at the good memories too, so you both kind of flow in that energy. You definitely remember how good things used to be. But here's the thing, it's like with you, you were so sure of everything, and now you're feeling like, I don't even know if this was real. Like, I don't know. Seven of Swords and the Six of Cups. I don't know if they were real. I don't know if it was all a lie, if it was something I just imagined. You know, because Seven of Swords, Six of Cups, the Devil, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Six of Wands. It's like you're struggling. You may be struggling to just, I mean, you want to do what's good for you, and you've been spending time doing that. It's kind of just a disjointed feeling for me, you know, lacking confidence. And there is a lot of sadness about it because they clearly pulled their energy back. And since then, since this road has been broken, I feel like you just are not even sure it was ever real in the first place. You know, and you may be thinking too, oh my gosh, was this a karmic lesson? Right? Because we get in that twisted view of things like karmics versus twin flames versus soulmates, you know. And I feel like you may be moving in a little more obsessive thinking, but it's obsessive thinking in terms of not knowing if the connection was real at all, if you imagined the whole thing. So it's kind of like, it's not being broken so much as because they pulled away from you, but it's being broken in the ways that this was what you thought was your destiny, and now it's not. And so, you know, or so you think. Like, this wouldn't have happened, right, if this were truly your destiny. And is it your destiny to be hurt, right? So that doesn't mean that the feminine is in a worse spot than the masculine. Not at all. You're both hurting, basically. You're both hurting. And we're going to see what happens next, because I feel like there's a shift coming. There's a shift coming, Sag. So however you resonate with, you know, in this connection, if you are in a divine connection, you know. So first of all, let's see what the divine masculine wants to say and what the divine feminine wants to say. First, we'll start with the masculine, see what they want to say. What would the masculine like to say? And of course, later we'll do the tea. Okay. The masculine. What do they want to say, huh? What does the masculine want to say to the feminine? What does the masculine want to say to the feminine? Ooh, I'm afraid to lose you. Does the masculine want to... Oh, okay. I can't take it anymore. I am stuck in visions of us together. Oh, I saw this earlier too. So what would the feminine like to say to the masculine? I cry at night. Oh. What would the feminine like to say? I am now immediately go to you. That's weird. What does that even mean? I'm taking that one out. Why is it that you love me? What would the feminine like to say? It's possible that it's created self-doubt within you, feminine, and don't let that happen. Don't let that happen, because we've been in such a healed space. It's just that separation can feel like that. No one understands me but you. I do feel like you feel, the feminine feels very understood and vice versa. But I feel like you're not even, the feminine is not even sure that the masculine does love them. Okay, so let's take a look. See what we can see about what happens next. What happens next? Oh, let's use a different one. The Romeo and Juliet. Romeo and Juliet. What happens next? If anything, right? What happens next with the flames? What happens next in the twin flame union? Connection. Oh, you're going to make progress. It's funny though, because it feels almost making progress, but being kind of mad about it. What happens next? Because it says, oh, calm, dishonorable, vile submission, betray. Someone's having a change of heart. Yeah, I just feel, though, like they're fighting it, you know? It's kind of like there is progress being made and you know, a different way of thinking, but fighting it the whole way. Oh, engagement, marriage proposal. Okay. Yeah, because someone's saying that they made a wrong decision. And I feel like one party is saying that they made the decision they did because you didn't agree on certain things, like different values, which would very much fit into this. You know, because the one is usually more concerned with the 3D, you know, not the spiritual union or the path, right? But something's changing. And it looks like might be turning towards commitment, or maybe being, just committed towards the path together. Yeah, but someone's made a decision here. And then there's someone being very, and they come off pretty sure. And there is a kind, loving energy, so let's see. Are we making progress here? So what's next in the twin flame union? Just understand, it is a kind of push and pull path. So what's next, huh? What's next with the twin flames? Ooh, the moon. What's next? Someone's confronting their fears. What's next? Yeah, someone's definitely confronting their fears about, and it stems from something from the past. So someone's definitely working on Ten of Wands energy, baggage, and how they brought their healing. Lovely. How they brought baggage from their past into this connection. Nine of Cups. What happens next? A wish is being fulfilled. Oh, I gotta cover her up. She is showing some skin there. What's next? King of Wands. It's like the action that you wanted the masculine to take, feminines, they are finally doing it. But first, they're spending some time healing their fears. So their fear may actually come up and smack them in the face, to be honest. Okay. What happens next? The Hierophant. Okay, they're telling you they're here. They're doing it. They're like showing you in some way that they're committed to this path, that they're committed because, with the Hierophant, it's not just about commitment and marriage, but it's about, spiritual commitment. Anything else? Sorry, these cards keep falling on the floor. King of Pentacles. I mean, I can see, though, that this person is really challenging their own beliefs because the King of Wands, like, the King of Wands is a free thinker. Like, he's logical, but he's optimistic and he's spiritual and he's positive. And with the Hierophant and the King of Pentacles here, like, they're starting to look at how they've been stubborn. How they have been stubborn in their beliefs. Maybe, like, specifically traditional beliefs. Okay. Eight of Pentacles reversed. How they didn't put the work in. And they really didn't, right? No consistency. So what happens between them? What happens between them? Because I see here a lot about the masculine doing work. Seven of Wands, fighting for this, maybe. Four of Cups, talking about the past. Like, really talking about the past. Like, duking it out about the past. And, you know, the past may actually be the challenge. You know, like how the disappointment, nope, but there you go. Ace of Cups, a new beginning. But there is a big opening up between you. So how will this work out? Feels like a lot of healing work going on. Page of Pentacles, working on things. Focusing on growth. Ooh, the Tower. Oh, that's interesting. I feel like this isn't easy, to be honest, because it's not easy for this person to change. But they are trying. Maybe you're both trying. You know, and there is, at the end of the day, a risk to be taken and deciding to go for it. Deciding to go for it. Because judgment is here. There's actually, you know, if you want to say it, like Archangel Michael, this is being supported, right? There's forgiveness. There's moving in a different way. There's moving in a way that is more aligned with purpose. 9 of Pentacles. 8 of Cups. 7 of Swords. Okay. Being honest. Ace of Pentacles. Wow. So what ultimately ends up happening is realizing you don't, like, and I feel like where, like, one person felt like they had to do everything themselves, right? Probably the masculine, right? Because the 7 of Swords is here. You know, they kind of hid from believing that this could work because, you know, it's possible they didn't see the opportunity in it. They didn't see that it could work. Well, that's changing. Because what they're starting to realize is that they can have all the things. The 10 of Pentacles and the Page of Wands. They can have all the things. So there's definitely something about a change in perspective, which brings in transformation. Knight of Wands. And truly going after what you want. 6 of Wands. Towards success. But this is success together. Like, and they're definitely feeling this shift in energy in the community. Like 6 of Pentacles and the 3 of Cups. We can make this happen. And we can be successful together. Right? No more sabotage. No more sabotage. We're foundational now. Wow. You know, of course, there's getting through all the, like, and it's kind of like you have to, like, I don't know, someone's really having to face beliefs and ways in which they believe the lies they were told. It caused them on some level to do the things they did. And there's healing from that. There's healing from that. 3 of Swords, Queen of Swords, and the feminine is probably helping them. Probably helping them with that pain. That pain can also stem from a parental figure like a mother, with the Queen of Swords being here. Like just someone who whispered in their ear about, you know, there's a big sense of the person leaving traditional beliefs, honestly. And we're going to see a lot of this happening, for sure. For sure. So, of course, I mean, you always have free will, you know, but just know if you are the feminine in this scenario, in the union, you're feeling very hurt in the separation, but you're both feeling each other. And it does look as if there is some healing coming in very soon. You know, not just in a relationship, but the masculine is very much going through a period of healing. You know, so that's what I have for you. Toodles.